Hello and welcome to the Chad Allen Method. I am Chad Allen. I'm here with my client, Don Katz. Cheers. Don is an amazing client, and I've had the honor and privilege of working with him for the last 3 years. One of his unique qualities is that he's blind. So when Don came to me to help him develop stronger balance, first we had to recognize we had 3 systems to work on. And for all of us, that's visual, vestibular, and proprioception. But since we didn't have visual as our primary tool, we had to really emphasize our proprioception and vestibular. So we're going to demonstrate an amazing series called flip-flop. It's going to be supine and prone. 4 exercises. We'll demonstrate 4 repetitions per exercise, but encourage you to do 10 to 12 of each one. Now learn the series, seeing all the cues, and watching Don's demonstration. But in order to really experience it the way that Don experiences it, I encourage you to use an eye mask or a blindfold to get the full effect and the full challenge to your proprioception and vestibular systems. So off we go, flip-flop series. So Don's going to position himself lying face down, one waff under the sternum and the other waff under the pelvis. So right in the center, so you want to avoid putting the waff under your belly or too low under your quads, because you want to be able to use the center of your pelvis as the lever point. So Don's going to put his hand underneath his forehead when he gets all position. So we're going to start here with the knees straight as Don is, heels pointed up, toes pointed down. This is mimicking standing upright. He's going to push his pubic bones, the center of his pelvis, straight into the waff. He's going to lift his stomach up and in. And as he draws the stomach up and in, he's going to hold this stable. He's going to bring his head into line first, just as said. And then his hands are going to come up and meet his head. He's going to hold that for a couple of seconds. He's going to find his balance, lowers his arms, lowers his head. He's going to lift his head. He's going to lift his arms. He's going to find his balance. He's going to lower his arms. He's going to lower his head. We're going to do 2 more of those. He's going to bring his head up. He's finding the line of his dorsal fin right here in his thoracic spine. After a few seconds of balance, he comes down. He's going to lift the head up. Yeah. And he's going to keep it there and lift the hands up. Excellent. Good. So you're going to be doing 10 to 12 of those exercises. You can see that when the forearms clear the mat, I'm going to have to do one more. So head comes up, arms come up. He's really trying to learn how to steer and control from the center column, pelvis and sternum being the contact points. Okay, everything comes down. We're going to switch now. We're going to flip-flop over to a supine position. So now he's going to put his body in the opposite orientation. So he's also turning his head and his feet in the opposite direction. He's going to recline back. The waff of the head goes right underneath the occiput bone. So it's kind of upper shoulder blade, scapula. His feet are going to go flat. He's going to push his hips to the sky, and he's going to go under his sacrum. Again, making sure we're not too much under the low back, and definitely not as low as the glutes, but really underneath the sacrum, the bottom of your spine. We're going to go fingertips onto our surface here. Now, you could be doing this on the floor. We're doing it on an Allegro 2 Pilates reformer just to give us a little height here. Don is on his fingertips. He's not using his elbows the same way when he was lying prone. He was using his toes, but not using his knees. From here, he's going to bring both legs up to tabletop. Excellent. Yeah, good. So the exercise here is that Don is going to first stage. He's going to lower one leg down from the hip joint, so he's going to put his foot back down to the mat and back up again. We're going to alternate side to side 4 times. Arms stay long. He's finding his stability. Now he's got his occiput, his upper back, and his sacrum as stability points for his central column. Do 1 more of those. Then we're going to hold tabletop. He's going to maintain this position, but take both arms, 1 arm at a time, up toward the ceiling. So he takes 1 of those arms up. Let's do just 1 at a time. 1 arm up. Let's go for the advanced version. And down. We're going to do the other arm up. And down. 1 arm up. And down. 1 arm up. And down. We'll do 2 more sets to get our 4 sets in. That's excellent. Very good. And again, I think you'll be surprised when you experience this exercise without using your visual system, just how much you rely upon your orientation in a room to maintain supine stability. All right, that's our 4th set. We're going to come all the way up from here. So we're going to go feet down, lift the hips, liberate the sacrum first, come all the way down. We're going to flip back over again. This time we're going to be working on the lower body. So again, changing orientation, head back to the other end, feet the other way. Don's coming face down. Sternum gets one watt, pelvis gets the other. And once Don's in position, we're going to start with the legs in the same position, which is toes down, heels up, and straight. Pubic bones, center of the pelvis, pushing into the wall, stomach engaged. He brings his hands underneath his forehead. Great. So we're going to start from the same position we were at a moment ago. So he's going to lift his head into the posterior line, lift his arms up. Now he's going to maintain this the entire time. He's going to start with his left foot and point his foot off the table, then his right foot. And then he brings it back down. Then we're going to do 4 of those sets. This is our second set. And his job is to try to find stability through the center column, from the pubic bone to the sternum. Yeah. We're going to do 1 more set. So that's our single right, left, right, left. Now we're going to work on right and left together. So he's going to go left foot off, maintain it off, add the right foot off, right foot down, left foot down. Breathing is working harder here. 3 more of those, left foot off, right foot off. We find the balance, come down. 2 more of those. Point and point stable, and down. Last time, keep this high, and release. Beautiful job. Knees come down, the head and arms come down. Last one we're going to do, it's going to look very traditional. We're just going to add a bit of fun eye motion here. So Don's going to come back around to feet the other way. Okay, so for the 4th in our series, we're going to be doing a traditional crunch sit-up. So we have toes underneath an item for stabilization of the lower body, 1 waff between the knees and 1 waff in the upper back. So largely located between the shoulder blades more than the head. You don't want to be too far toward the head. So Don's going to begin. He's going to be doing a full crunch, a full sit-up, reaching forward and curling into his spine. Then he's going to reach up, look up. As he lowers back down toward the waff, his eyes track forward. He goes hands behind the head and arch the back. He's going to crunch forward. Reach forward, full sit-up, curling inward all the way first, reaching all the way up. And then he's going to roll all the way down, hands by the head, and arch. Crunch. Curling the body forward, reaching forward, all the way forward, reaching up to the ceiling, up tall, up tall, up tall. Eyes track forward as you roll back down. Hands go behind the head, arch. Last time, crunching, reaching, curling, all the way up toward the ceiling, all the way up. Arms go, eyes track forward as you roll back down, and release. Good, coming all the way up. Beautiful. All right. So an excellent series, a very challenging series, prone, supine, flip flop, reorganizing your body head to toe, and all 4 exercises, also very important. So we spent a lot of time training proprioception upright, standing, or kneeling. Here's a really good chance to train proprioception, eliminate your visual system as your primary support, and practice supine and prone. Have a good time. See you next time. Thanks, Don.
Cheers.